Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. We are currently working with the Crafty companion and we are making our second workstation. So here's what we've gotten so far. We are making, here let me show you the prototype one. We are making this one and it's got the removable mini Crafty racks or Crafty mini racks on top, and it's got the top tray. The last video was the top tray, which is right here, and then there's 3 cubbies and then the Crafty bottom. So that's the project that we're currently working on. So there is a special YouTube playlist just for this project. I will link it right here, and it is the Crafty companion workstation, or the Crafty companion and Crafty workstation with the Crafty mini racks. So the first one we made was the, I'll show you, was this one here. This is the first workstation we made, right? And if you want to see how this one's made, I'll link it here and down below. And this one is the Crafty workstation. And it just has a full Crafty trays in it with the Crafty dividers. I haven't started using it yet because I keep wanting to show you guys in the video. So, okay, so in this video, we're going to wrap these edges of this unit that we have so far. The links to the printable templates will be in the description box below. There is a special Amazon list specifically for the Crafty companion. Everything I use or the equivalent of will be listed down there as well. And it'll be in the Amazon list, not listed separately, but in the Amazon list. And then there'll be other links down there. And then there'll be other links that you might find useful. So I don't think we need any of the templates right now because we're just going to wrap all of these raw edges, I believe. I think that's what we're going to do in this video. So this is my workbook. I have a video on this. It'll be in the playlist for this set. For this project. So again, here's where we are so far. So now what I want to do is I want to wrap all of these edges first. So I want to kind of get a smooth surface. So the way I'm going to do that, I need my craft mat. I need a piece of 12 by 12. This is Recollections 65-pound white cardstock. That's what I've been using. And then I'm also going to use this big honkin' roll, 6-inch roll. This one is from Scrapbook.com, and I will have that linked down below. And there's also a Sequin score pile one linked in my Amazon list. This is a good value for what we're doing. It makes life way, way easier and things go so much faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. And they usually have a super good price. Currently, I don't know when you'll see this video, but currently they have it on sale. So it's a super, super good price. Even with the shipping, because it's heavy. It's a really good price. Okay. So I'm just going to lay that out here on my score pile craft mat. Then I'm going to take my sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock and I'm going to lay it. I'm going to try to match up this bottom corner. If you get off or it gets crooked or whatever, that's okay. No big deal. Lay that on there like that. Then I'm going to take my utility knife and cut the tape away. So 1/2 of this sheet has the tape on the back of it. Okay, so I'm going to open it back up again. This just saves so much time. You can do it the other way too. That's okay too. Just use what you have. If you don't have the big honkin' row, you can use a bunch of little strips and that's okay too of tape. Alright, so then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to the other part of the paper or the other side. I think I got it on here crooked. And, not too, I can feel it. It was a little crooked. That's okay. So then I'm going to cut that away. Looks like I got a little off here. And you may not even need to be real picky like that. I'm a little weird, I don't know. I still didn't get it all. Okay, so I'm going to flip it back here. See, it's kind of wrinkly right here. That's kind of where I twisted it a little bit, and that's okay. But I'm going to burnish it down. So now what I need is, this is a Fiskars Precision heavy duty paper trimmer. I need to cut a couple strips. So I'm going to cut two 3.5 inch wide by 12 inch long strips out of this that I just put tape on. And if you followed along with the last workstation that we made, you know exactly where I'm going with this. Okay, so that's all we need right at this moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here at this edge and I'm going to wrap around this workstation. So I'm going to remove the backing. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover around all three of these joints. So I'm just going to kind of lay it on here best I can and just kind of smooth it down just like this. Flip it to the side and I'll pull just a little bit taut. Right, so I've covered half of it, so I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to start here and then work my way around because we're going to have to cut off a little bit, I believe. Remove the backing off of there. So yeah, if you don't like using such large tape, if it's a little intimidating or it's too hard to work with, feel free to use whatever you have. You could even use glue, like wet glue. You don't have to use the big old tape. It just, you can see how quick it's coming together though when you do use something that attaches that quickly. All right, so again, I'm going to pull. Oops, come on. I'm pulling the whole project towards me instead of just the paper. Okay. So I'll burnish that down. Whoa. This is a Teflon bone folder. I guess I do need my craft mat. I'm going to get this back out and I'm going to trim away this extra bit that we don't need. Right? I guess I need to stick that onto something. You never know. We might need a scrap for something. Okay. So now we got that done. So that's those, all three of those are joints. Yeah, there was three, right? 1, 2, 3. All three of those joints are covered. Now I think what I want to do is I want to do these bottom joints all the way around. So I'm going to grab that sheet that I just had. And I think, whoa. What do I have left here? I have a 5-inch piece. I think I could get away with an 1.5 inch piece. Let's try that. Let's try that. 1.5 inches. So you need 2 strips that are 1.5 inches. Yeah, I think this will work just fine. All right, let's take the backing off of one of them. And you want to start on the edge here, and you could do about halfway. You want to try to keep it straight too. You don't want to get it too wonky, right? And then flip it and wrap it around that corner. Kind of making that whole part there kind of crease. So we got this now. We got something that looks like this. So then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut a corner notch like that. And I'm going to fold these over. And I'm going to pull that little corner notch towards me, inside that corner and towards me. And then I'm going to wrap that edge around. Right, so now we have a nice crisp corner down there at the bottom. That looks good. All right, now let's do the same thing over here on this other side. All right, I'm going to match that up just like we did on this piece. Oh, throwing things around. Then I'm going to wrap it around. Try to make that crisp. And I need to trim that little piece off. Perfect. Okay, so then I want to just notch that corner. Oops, just taking a little triangle out there. Go to one end in. And pull the little corner piece in. Fold that side. Alright, so then you got that whole bottom wrapped, right? Super easy. Okay, I've got 2 strips. These are 2 inches wide by 12 inches long. I think I'm going to, on one of the strips, so on one of the 2-inch strips, this is a We Are Memory Keeper scoreboard. I am going to score at 1 inch. So that's one of the strips. Oh, this is a pencil bone folder. Right at the day of filming, they are linked in my Amazon. They are actually back in stock. So you need to grab one of these. I love this thing. It is awesome. All right, so one of the strips, you score it at 1 inch. So it's a 2-inch wide strip, and you score it down the middle at 1 inch. And then this other strip, I need you to score it at, let's see. Let's do 5/8. So we're going to score it at 5/8. So one strip is scored at 5/8 and one strip is scored at 1 inch. All right, so before we bend these and do anything with these, I'm going to flip these over. So what we did was we scored to the side. Hopefully it'll show you. There we go. We scored this side, right? We're going to flip it over to the back side. There's like a bump there. We want to put tape on that. Okay. So you could take and put a bunch of you could do a bunch of different sizes. I think what I'm going to do, when I did my last one, I think I'm just going to use the 2-inch strip. This is a 2-inch strip. I think it'll fit. Roll. And I'm going to use this. They did send this to me a while back, and I was like, ooh, I could use that. So I am going to use this. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. I think I am going to do it the same way I do my large sheet. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this stuff back out. And again, if you don't have this size roll, just use your 1/4 inch and put multiple strips on there. It's totally fine. I need more. Okay. So again, on the bumpy, I'm going to flip the bumpy size towards this tape. And I'm going to match it up. Oh gosh, look at me shaking. And I think I got a little wonky. Oh, look at how wonky I got. Look at how bad that was. It was because I was shaking. All right, let me go ahead and take that off here. And let me show you what to do in this case. Let me trim this extra bit off here. I wonder if I could put that on the reverse side. So I just trimmed that wonky off. I wonder if I can get it on here. I bet I can, a little bit. Look at me go. So there. So the piece that I got on crooked, I just cut it off and added it to the part that didn't have tape on it. So just take your time to get it on there. I can't get over it because of the camera. Can't get over top to see. And I was a little shaky for some reason just then. I wasn't before, I don't know. These might be a little bit bigger than 2 inch. No, I think they are. So look, I did it again. So it might be easier just to go ahead and cover the whole sheet of 12 by 12 and then come back and score them. So I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, I did make an additional 2-inch strip that's scored from 5/8 of an inch away from the edge. I miscalculated on these two how much I needed. So let's start with the back side. So this is the one that's is scored down the middle, 2-inch strip scored at 1 inch, and then I think I'm just going to cut this in half. So I'm going to make it a 6-inch piece. It's so hard to know exactly where the 6 inch, I mean, it's not going to make or break anything, but it's so hard to know. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and burnish this. I'm going to prep it, like fold it in half. Boy, I scored that all crookedy crooked. Well, I must have scored these crooked. Goodness gracious. That's what I get for rushing. Okay, so they're both prepped, and one of these, or one end of each one, I'm just going to tab the corner slightly, like that. Okay, so we're going to take and remove the paper backing. Oh, there's that extra little sliver. Wow. Okay, so I'm working on one of the back corners here. So what I want you to do is take the end that you kind of mitered. I want you to take that to the bottom, towards the bottom of the unit here, and then I want you to lay it on that corner, just like that. All right. So then you have that sticking up the top. So again, we are gonna notch that corner there. Cut that little triangle part. Then we are going to fold one side over, burnish, and then fold that in like that. Then I'm going to take that little corner piece and I'm going to pull it in towards me, or towards the inside here. Okay, so then you want to fold that over, burnish that along that flat edge there, and then tuck that in. So you've got that little corner there wrapped, right? Oh, careful, Jen. don't tear it up. This is why we're wrapping it, so we don't tear it up. So that corner is all nice and neat and wrapped all the way from the bottom to the top. Then we're going to do the same thing with this one. So these are the two back corners. The two front corners are going to be different. So there is, both back corners are wrapped and ready to go. All right, so these two front corners, I just need them to be longer. So I think what I'm going to do, let's see. So far this is at 5.5 inches tall. So I think, let's see. What if I did these strips at 7 inches? So I'm going to cut each one of these down to 7 inches. Did I say 7 or just say 7.5? I think I said 7. So let's try it first. Yeah. So they both need to be cut to 7.5, or I'm sorry, 7 inches. They both need to be cut to 7 inches. Alright, so let's go ahead and prep these. We're not going to be mitering the corners on these beforehand. We're going to wrap both the top and the bottom corners. Oh my goodness, oh, this is the one I made. I had already got tape, I already had tape on it, so I scored it after, and it doesn't score as nicely, just so you know. Just so you know. Hopefully, I did pretty good. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the tape backing. And the 5/8 of an inch part that we scored is going to go on the side of the unit here. So we're gonna try. Oh wait a minute, that's got the little sliver. Shoot! I wish I'd have taken that off first. There we go. And then we're going to try to. We want it to wrap on the top and the bottom, right? So we're going to try to make it an even amount. Well, I didn't do very good, but you want overhang on top and bottom, okay? So the 5/8 of an inch is here, just like that. And then we're going to press down this part here. Okay, so let's start on this bottom piece. We're going to notch it. Yep. We're going to take that little triangle part and we're going to fold over the one side, take that triangle piece off, and then fold that side in and around so it looks like that. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing up here up top. We're going to make a notch, a V. Oh, I didn't make it very I didn't come out very good. Maybe a half notch. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's do this big piece first. I don't know why. Let's just do it different. And then wrap that around like that. And then this piece, wrap that over and around. Right? Okay, so then we've got these pieces here. So we want to go ahead and burnish them. Burnish this piece against those because we're wanting to cover those up. So, oh shoot, I did it again. So now we're going to cut at an angle towards the intersection there. Come on. I forgot my scissors are not long enough to do this neatly. But we're going to give it a whirl. So I did the same thing with the other workstation. Right? So we're doing that, and then what you want to do is you want to press in those pieces there, like that. And then you're going to want to fold these pieces around like this. And all we're doing here is making this intersection nice and clean, because we're going to come around and match, or and mat, I mean, not mat. We're going to come around and wrap all of these pieces as well. Okay, so it looks pretty good. All right, just like that. So that's what we got now. Oops, I didn't. I wonder if I can get my bone folder. I'm gonna press those down in really good too. Okay. So now we're gonna do the same thing for this side. Now we need to do this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And we need to wrap all of the tops, which that is not that big a deal to wrap the top edges. All right, I'm going to cover another sheet. Actually, wait just a minute. I might cut these down first. I think I'm going to cut, first I'm going to cut this into, I'm going to cut this to 8 inches first. This piece aside. Then I'm going to cut it down to 10 3/16. Oh goodness. Or should I just go ahead and put tape on it first? No, let's do 10 3/16. Which is just a smidge below 10 1/4. I think. I could be wrong on that as well. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get my 6-inch roll out. And yeah, I'm not going to score anything. Pretty sure I'm not going to. Match this edge up. Like that. Got a little crooked. I wonder, this 2-inch row, I wonder if I can just do it like this, like I do my other tapes. It might be a little easier to handle. Yeah. And then we can flip it over and trim it off like this. Yeah, that worked a little better. Of course, you don't have to have all those sizes, you guys. I know. You use what you have. This is just super, super fast. Okay. All right, let me burnish this down. Now I'm going to cut these down to 2-inch strips. So these are 2-inch by 10 3/16. Or just a smidge below 10 1/4. So we're going to need 4 of these, I think. I hope I did my math right. If not, well, it'll be all right. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah. So we're going to take the backing off of here. And I'm going to slide this in here, probably at least an inch, at least. I think I went a little bit more, but that's okay. All right, and then you want to wrap it around that edge. Give it a good, that's why it's important to have full coverage of that tape, is because I want it to stick to that front edge, that lip there. And then we want to wrap it around to the bottom. burnish it down. So now we've got that bottom edge wrapped. Let's continue on. Take the backing off of another strip. Oh, I should have checked to make sure it fit. We're going to slide that in there, at least an inch. Fold that over. Right, there's another one. All right, let's go on to the next. And then one more. Let me make sure this one will fit. Ooh, it's a little snug. But it'll be all right. So, just to let you guys in on a little secret, I have already started working on my next template. I actually started working on it months ago when I should have been focused on this. But it's pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about it. So we're gonna slide this in about halfway, and then we're gonna wrap it around the front like that. Anyway, and it's gonna be big. It's gonna be like a big template, big template. So I'm super excited about it. I've been working on making and constructing these crafty companions so much I've really missed my mini albums. Okay, so we got all 4 of those done, and now we just need to do the top. Let's go ahead and use that. Let's do the 4-inch roll here. Again, do not have to use the, you can get all these sizes, the 6-inch, the 4-inch, the 2-inch, and like I think you can get the 1/4 of an inch and 8, like as a package, if you wanted to, like a package deal. I'm sure there's a better deal for that than buying them individually. All right, so I'm gonna try. That seems like the smaller the tape gets, the harder it is for me to get on there. There we go. It's not too bad. But it is saving me a lot of time. So that I'm grateful for. And see, it didn't cover the whole way, but this is bigger than 4 inches, so. All right, now I'm gonna get my paper trimmer out, and we're gonna cut, well, let's cut it to 4 inches. We're gonna put the end in that doesn't have any tape on it. There. Okay, so let's cut 1-inch strips. And then 2 of these we need to cut to 10 and 3/16, I think. I think that'll work. Or we might be able to do 10 and 1/4. No, let's do 10 and 3/16, which is a smidge below 10 and 1/4. Like that. And then we're going to need 2 pieces that are 5 7/8. So I believe, oh shoot, we're just gonna have to guess here. That's not it. I believe I get, yep, 2 from 1. And then we have an extra 1-inch strip that I'm gonna put in my jar there. Okay, let's start with the short sides. I didn't score anything, so we don't have to worry about matching it up perfectly. So, oh, you know what I should have done? I should have checked. Okay, it's a little long, so I'm going to cut a little off. I just want to slide that in there like that. fold it over. I didn't even get it on there straight, and that's okay. And then fold it around. Varnish. Now let's check this one. Oh, this one maybe just a little, just to be safe. Slide that in. Fold it over. Varnish it on the top. Fold it around. Alright, and these long pieces. Perfect. Whoa, that snuck up under there, didn't it? Okay, so we're going to slide this in. Like that. Fold it over. And then one more. Yep. Burnish that down. And do we have everything wrapped? We sure do. Voila! Okay, I think we could do one last thing before we call it a day, call it a video, call it done for now. I think we could go ahead and ink some of the edges. Oh, look, see, I already picked it up, and look at me smudging. This is, you know, this has just been laminated. This is in my workbook, and this is a Ranger's brush. I have it linked in Amazon, and then I've been using Vintage Photo. This is Distress ink. Vintage Photo, right? So all I'm gonna do is smush a bunch of it on here, and I'm gonna spray it with some water. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to get ink all in those little crevices that you can't reach with your ink pad, like that. So I'm going to do that, all these little, let's see if I can't get them to go down further. I'm trying to see if they'll drip down for me. All of these little nooks and crannies. We can do this before we mat. That's actually probably a really good idea, because if you get glue anywhere, the ink may not stay. That's right, so I'm going to do that to this side as well. And then I'm going to, let me go ahead and knock that down so it doesn't run everywhere. Then I'm going to come up here at the top, and I'm going to get all of the little nooks and crannies here. Okay, so I did that really quick. Got all those little bits that you can't reach with your ink blending tool. Then I am going to come back with my ink blending tool. This is a Ranger blending tool, and I'm going to go through and get all these edges. Right? And I'm even going to go through and get, you could probably go like this. Just run it across like that. So I'm going to be matting, so I'm not trying to be too precise here. Okay. Oh, the spongy thing's falling apart again. Need to get a new one. On the next video, we will mat everything. We'll mat this, and we'll mat the outside, and we'll mat the bottom. I did already pre-make some of my trays. I'm gonna show you. I'll just show you, because I'm not gonna make everything with you guys over and over again. So like when I go to make the crafty trays, I will reference the crafty tray video that I made earlier, and I'll link it. So, but I did go ahead and pre-make some crafty trays. So these are 2 size A's, so they're gonna go there, right? And then here's some, these are size C. These are the mediums, right? See all that room in there? See all that, how they can wiggle around and everything? That's what I want. I want to be able to get them in and out easily, very easily. So there's supposed to be room. There's supposed to be a gap, okay? So I'm gonna make these the size B's with you when we make the crafty trays. But I just wanted to show you, because it looks so different once you actually get your items inside the project that you're making. It just looks so much better. I don't know, to me it does. So anyway, all right, so that's where I will leave you guys. Okay, you guys, that is all I have for you today. In the next video, we'll mat everything all around the sides, the top, the bottom, the inside, the outside, all that. We'll do all of that in the next video. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, how this is coming along, how yours is coming along. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already, and turn the bell notification on. There should be some other videos here on the screen that you may enjoy watching. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.